Welcome, my dear children, to our English teleteaching class. So, children, hope you have remembered that we have already learned two parts from your interesting story, that is a hero. So, today we are going to study the next session, that means your third session of this interesting piece of your book, that is a hero. And you have remembered that it was written by R.K. Narayan, who is a very famous writer. So, children, let's start. But before going to third session, definitely we must recapitulate some summary of the part that we have already learned from this chapter. So let's have a look. At night, Swami goes onto his bed silently and tiptoed away in the passage. He pulls the blanket over his face, but his father comes and orders him to get up. Swami fears and sees his father as ghost. His grandma requests not to disturb him, but his father rolls up his bed and walks towards the office room. Swami hesitates for a moment and finally follows his father. Swami appeals to his father to let him sleep in the hall room. The office room is dirty, but his father rejects. Swami is angry on his father. He hates the newspaper for printing the tiger story. So children, तुमମାନଙ୍କର ମନେ ଥିବ that in the last part, in the previous part, we have learnt that Swami felt completely cut off from the humanity as he made compelled by his father to sleep by himself in that office room. Okay, and he was totally very scared of the situation and also hating that story, that boy's story, that that please for this boy story only today I just compelled by my father to sleep alone in this dirty office room. Okay, such a scary office room. Yes or no? So children, let's go to the next part of this story. आमे देखिबा तापरे कोन हेची स्वामी सोईची ऑफिस रूम रे सोईची तापरे कोन ता सहित सब हेची. लेट्स हैव अ लुक. Here in this paragraph I have already colored the words in yellow color. So these are the difficult words or new words from my side. Okay, I just think that these words may be difficult for you. So if you want to you have to collect the more difficult words or new words from this paragraph, so definitely you please go for your dictionary. So children, see, deepen, devils, chum and spat out. So let's have a look. What is the meaning of these words? Here your word notes: deepen, which means make or become deep or deeper. The next word is devil, which means evil spirit. जहाँ को आम पिला माने कौन किसी कुशक्ति बा आत्मा भूत एमती भी कही था. Then the next word is chum. This is mean best friend. Okay, good friend. But friend रो आउ गोटे word आमे जानिलु chum. Then the next word is spat out, which means threw out from the mouth. And so on, and on his thoughts continued. He was faint with fear. A ray of light from the street lamp strayed in and cast shadows on the wall. Through the stillness, all kinds of noises reached his ear. The ticking of the clock, the rustling of leaves, sounds of snoring and the humming of some unknown insects. So children, as here I have already mentioned the word faint, strayed, stillness and humming. Have a look. Faint means weak. Strayed means came. Okay, children, I just want to mention that here in this context, I have listed so many words which are very much useful only in this context. If you will go to your dictionary, if you will look into your dictionary, then the meaning of this particular word will be little bit different from this original meaning. Okay, so next word is stillness. Jahar mane hochi quietness or calmness. Then the next word is humming, which means making a low continuous musical sound. Okay, children. Next paragraph, let me read aloud. He covered himself with the blanket as if it were an armor, covered himself so completely that he could hardly breathe. every moment he expected the devils to come up and clutch at his throat or carry him away. There was the instance of his old friend in the fourth class who suddenly disappeared and was said to have been carried off by a ghost to Siam or Nepal. Here, the word I have already listed in the yellow color, you please see armor, which means hard metal or the outer clothing of the body. So children, here from this paragraph I have already listed down some key points that will more easy for you or more comfortable to you to understand this story. So children, तुमମାନଙ୍କର ମନେ ଥିବ that Swami felt totally cut off from the humanity. He was just forced by his father to sleep in that office room, okay, and he was at that time very scared and totally terrified by this situation, and he was thinking that, oh my god, this was completely a frightful proposition for me. Okay, so here what happens, you see please the key points. Swami was very upset that his father had forced him to sleep alone in the office room, because he used to sleep beside his granny, but that night he was completely alone and completely without any companion in that office room. As the night advanced, Swami's heartbeat waned faster and became more and more frightened. Okay, that means that night when rati body chalutula, kon hotula, his palpitation, his heart rate becoming more faster and faster. He was thinking so scared. He was totally terrified. He was totally scared that definitely tonight the ghost will come and kill me. Definitely. Then he remembered the scary stories his friends had told him about ghosts and devils. Children, as you know that when we are very much scared really, that the bad dreams, bad thoughts, different kinds of ill thoughts will coming to our mind. आम मन भितर बारंबार बारंबार किछि किछि बैड थॉट्स बैड इन्सिडेंट्स को मन पकेबा ए सब जिंस पिला माने जनरल ओके आम संगे एमती भी हेछि तुम मानक संगे भी हेतिबो सो ही रिमेंबर्ड ऑल द स्कैरी स्टोरीज दैट ही हैड हर्ड फ्रॉम हिज फ्रेंड told him about the ghost and devils तुम मानकर मन थिबो द व्हेन यू विल गो लुक इनटू योर टेक्स्ट okay I have already listed the word chum. Chum means sango, but friend, you can say. Okay, that he heard that there was a devil in the banyan tree. Okay, and another story that one of his fourth class friend who was suddenly disappeared, and samaste kaile kon that definitely he was disappeared and he was taken away by the scary ghost to the Siam or Nepal. So this kind of scary stories that his friends used to say to whom Swami tar sedina se ratire dhire dhire सबु किछि तार कोन करूची one by तार मनरे मने पड़ी जाउची ओके Then the night sounds like a ticking of the clock, the rustling of leaves, sounds of a snoring and the humming sound of an insect scared him. एक तो से डर के रही छी. Again what happened? In the middle of the night, when night becoming deep pain, what happened? Different kinds of a situation came into his way. The night sounds like a ticking of the clock, tick tock tick tock. पिला माने मन थिबो ना जेतेबेले तुमे माने रात्री केतेबेले एकला निद होई न थाए कोन हुए सेतेबेले चारिआडे सुनसान सुना जाई थाए किंतु बहुत सारा साउंड्स दिस आर कॉल योर नाइट स्केरी साउंड्स तुम मैंने निश्चित रूप से सुनी पारुथबो सो इन दैट वे आल्सो दैट नाइट स्वामी यूज्ड टू हर्ड काइंड ऑफ ticking of the clock, the rustling of leaves, sounds of snoring. Maybe his father and servants cook maybe was that sleeping outside तांको मनकर मध्य कोन से snoring जो घुंगुडी साउंड मध्ये सुना जाई पारु थाए and the humming sound of insects scared him. Okay, so he was filled with a fear and every moment he expected the devils to come up and carry him away. That's a kon bhabutila that yes, definitely today is my end. The ghost, the devil will definitely come to me and carry me and what? Definitely he will kill me. Because he used to remember all the scary thoughts, all the scary stories that he already heard from his students or your friends. So children, let's देखिबा तापर कोन होची see here I have already collected some beautiful pictures for you. See देखो से केमिति first picture है that the scary thoughts he was tormented completely, he was totally scared by that nightmares, you can say bad dreams, you can say terrible dreams also, you can say okay the ticking of that your clock very scary. Okay, ଆଉ କ'ଣ ଦେଖ here in this picture you can see that how the scary your shadows on the wall କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ପିଲାମାନେ ନା ଯେତେବେଳେ ତୁମର ଝରକା ସାଇଡ଼୍ରେ ତୁମର ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିଟ୍ ଲ୍ୟାମ୍ପ ଜଳେ ନା ତାର ରିଫ୍ଲେକ୍ସନ୍ରେ କିଛି କିଛି ତୁମର ଚିତ୍ର ତୁମର କାନ୍ଥରେ ଦେଖାଯାଇଥାଏ ଆଉ ଦିସ୍ ପିକ୍ଚର୍ସ ମେ ବି seems to be very scary for that Swami. And here he was also remembering the story of that Munisami's father who spat out blood because one of the devil slapped his cheek that day. Okay, so children, these are the paragraphs that you have already understood by the key points. Let's move to the next slide. Swami hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench and crouched there. It seemed to be a much safer place. He shut his eyes tight and encased himself in his blanket once again, and unknown to himself fell asleep, and in sleep he saw terrible dreams. Here the words may be new for you or little bit difficult for you. Crouched, which means lay on the ground with limbs drawn close to his or her body in fear, or walked close to the ground. The next word I have collected for you, encased, covered something completely. Okay. Next paragraph, children, let me read aloud first, then definitely I will make you understand this paragraph. A tiger was chasing him. His feet stuck to the ground. He tried hard to escape, but his feet would not move. The tiger was at his back, and he could hear its claws scratch the ground. Scratch, scratch, and then a light thud. Swami tried to open his eyes, but his eyelids would not open, and the frightening dream continued. It threatened to continue all his life. Swami groaned in despair. Here two words pilamane dekhi parcho. One is the third and despair. If you are thinking that any word is in this passage that you are thinking that maybe new or difficult for you, definitely I suggest you please look into your dictionary. Okay, grab that word from the dictionary, and definitely the vocabulary which will make you very strong, children, will make you easy to understand this whole story. So children, you please look at your screen. Here I have collected some key points for you, and these key points definitely will make you understand more easily and make you more comfortable. So first one, you see, he got so scared that he spread his bed under the bench and tried to sleep there. ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାକୁ ବହୁତ ହି ଡର ଲାଗିଛି, what did he do? He just again rolled up his bed under the bench and tried to sleep there, because he was thinking that under the bench it will be more compact and more reassuring. Yes, because se ଭାବୁଥିଲା ଯେ ବୋଧହୁଏ ବେଞ୍ଚ ତଳେ ଯଦି ମୁଁ ମୋର ବିଛଣା ଲଗେଇକି ସେଠି ଲୁଚିକି ଶୋଇ ପଡ଼ିବି, definitely the devil will not see me. Okay, so Swami thought that crouching under the bench was a safe. Okay, I just told now that se bhabutula ki under the bench it will be more safer for me, more comfortable for me. Au se kon korthila ki je mu soi pade. Okay, so the third point, you see, he shut his eyes tight and covered himself in his blanket. Generally pilamane, what do you think that armor, the word I have already collected? You see, please, armor means what? The body, the outer clothing. Definitely you have seen in the TV, in the pictures that the soldiers used to wear it. Okay, युद्ध समर देखो पिंधिथिबे सब पूरा सांजो ताकू कुहा जाय जाको. So here also Swami is thinking that encased, which means cover. He just covered himself with the blanket totally. Okay, and he was thinking that if I will cover myself like this and will shut my eyes, then the devil definitely will not know that yes, I am here under the bench. So when he was asleep, he was disturbed by terrible dreams. This is called pilamane nightmares. Pilamane gote word mutam gouchi. This is called your nightmares also. Jetale kharab dusapna jahaku kahiba. Jetale generally we are scared very much by our situation. Then time also what happened to us, that when we are asleep, scary thoughts, bad dreams, terrible dreams, or you can say nightmares will used to come in our dream. जोटा कि आमे सोई पारू ना हमको बहुत ही डर लगे. So when he was asleep, he was disturbed by terrible dreams. In his dream, a tiger was chasing. Okay, Pilamane, because he was always thinking about the tiger story, that boy's story, and that's why he is saying in this, in his dream, the tiger story. He is saying that in his dream, a tiger was chasing him, and he could hear the loud thud and scratching sound. Okay, ଯେମିତି ବାଘମାନେ ତାଙ୍କ ନଖରେ ଆମ୍ପୁଡ଼ନ୍ତି ନା, ସେ ସେମିତି ଭାବୁଛି that yes, that tiger is in my back and he is scratching his nails, definitely he will kill me, he will eat me. So he groaned in despair. Many noisy sounds that Swami used to create in his sleep. Okay, this is called your despair. So children, this paragraph I think you have understood. So let's move to the next paragraph. देखिबा पुणी कौन होउची ता संगरे. See, these are the pictures here to describe you. See how Swami is sleeping under the bench, feeling much safer, more compact. Okay, then see, here is the tiger showing his claws. He is tormented by his bad dream that your tiger is chasing me, he will definitely come to me and eat me. Okay, and here see how the bad dreams is disturbing Swami. Okay, this is the sleep that that night he used to tormented by this bad dreams. Okay children, so let's go to the next passage. Definitely we will see what happened next to him. Using his utmost efforts, he opened his eyes, he put his hand out to feel his granny's presence at his side, as was his habit, but the only touched the wooden leg of the bench, and his lonely state came back to him. He sweated with fright, and now what was this rustling? He moved to the edge of the bench and stared in the darkness. Okay, here one word is here. Fright means terror, or you can say horror. Something was moving down. He lay gazing at in horror. His end had come. He became desperate. He knew that the devil would presently pull him out and tear him to shreds. And so, why should he wait? As it came nearer, he crawled out from under the bench and hugged it with all his might and used his teeth on it like a mortal weapon. Okay, here see that I have collected some new words for you. Your horror, desperate, devil, shreds, hugged and mortal weapon. Okay children, so jette pila man ame jo word ro meanings guda ko ame janiba, nuwa nuwa words ro mane janiba, definitely this will make your vocabulary strong, and in future definitely you will understand all the passages, all the paragraph or whatever the story you will read in your life. Okay, see, here are the word notes. Horror, which means great shock or fear. Then is desperate, with no hope. Then the next word is shreds. The yar mane hochi very small pieces. Okay, hugged means squeeze. Okay, when you will squeeze someone very tightly in your arm, this is called your hugged. And the last word is mortal weapon. It means a deadly weapon. So children, let's have a look. Kon dekhiba tapar kon heichi. Ayo, something has beaten me. There was an agonized cry which was followed by a heavy tumbling and falling amidst furniture. In a moment, father, cook and a servant came in carrying a light, and all three of them fell on the burglar, who lay amidst the furniture with a bleeding ankle. Here are the word notes. Agonized means great mental pain or suffering. Burglar means burglar is a person who enters a building with the intent to steal something from inside. Stealing means pila mane chori kariba. What do you mean by amidst? It is being surrounded by something or having something going on all around you. So let's see. Here are some key points. Ame mane tikke paragraph ko recapitulate kar deba. Kon padhile? After some time, by much effort, he opened his eyes. Okay, see sapna dekhuchi na, and with utmost effort he opened his eyes. He touched the wooden leg of the bench, assuming that Granny was at his side, but Granny was not there. He sure that he was that night in that office room without his Granny. Then he sweated with fear. He saw a figure moving down near him. He was convinced that it was a ghost. He thought it would get him and tear him apart. As it came nearer, he crawled out of the bench And in desperation, he hugged the figure and beat it with all his strength. Okay, पिलामाने, that he bit as hard as he possible. से इतने जोर से ताको कामुड़ी देइची. Then Swami had bitten the burglar thinking that it was a devil. See children in this picture, that how he was crouching under that bench. Again, someone is moving. That means he is thinking that it is a ghost. But pilamane, that was not a ghost. That in turn into a burglar. Burglar pilamane, jo mane dacoit you can say, housebreaker you can see. Okay, that they are what? That burglar. जो माने कि घरे बसी कौन करते जहाँ हम ओडिया सिंधी चोर बेले कहती समस्ते चोरी कर नियंती. Okay, and that तापर कौन है देखो, you see in the last picture that when Swami is thinking that why should I what for I wait for, if he will come and kill me then definitely what mu ताको आगे बसी की माड़ी बसी भी. So Swami कौन कला, he hugged that figure and what beat it with his teeth, because as there was not any types of weapon he had, that's why he used his teeth as a mortal weapon. So he bite him as hard as that he screamed in pain. Ayo, something has beaten. Yes or no? So children, in this picture definitely तुम मैंने देखी कि जानी पारुथबो, assume करि पारुथबो that the story that a hero केमिति भापरे माने that was took place. Okay, so and finally what happened, that servant, cook, his grandmother, everyone that you can see in your picture, okay, they also tumbling on that burglar and cut them. But I mean to say cut that burglar. So children, this was the complete story. Okay, then I have already kept some comprehension question of this session 3. Definitely this comprehension question when we will discuss, and it will make you more easy. Okay, तुमे मैंने स्टोरी टाको और भलो भाबरे बुझी भी पारिबो. So let's have a look some comprehension question. Look at your screen children. These are very straightforward, very easy comprehension question that I have prepared for you. Definitely no straightforward wordings. That means you have to use a very simple writing for this, because this is a very interesting and easy story that no need to use any difficult words. See, comprehension questions. Number 1, what did Swami remember when the night advanced? When the night advanced, Swami remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he had heard. Then next, why did Muniswami's father spit out blood? Muniswami's father spat out blood because the devil near the river's edge slapped his cheek when he was returning home late one night. Next question you see, what did Swami hear in the office room? पिलामन मन मने थिबो भाबो. Yes, in the office room Swami heard the ticking of the clock, the rustling of leaves, sound of a snoring and the humming of some unknown insects. Okay, कितने सारे insects सब वो थिबे ना, थोड़े ना मैं तुमको जानी छु, but जत्ते राती गभीर हुए पिलामने, we used to hear this kinds of sounds. Okay, very scary sounds. Next question, what did Swami expect every moment? Every moment Swami expected the devils to come up and clutch at his throat or carry him away. Okay, next question देखिबा. Why did Swami crouch under the bench? Swami crouched under the bench as it seemed to be a much safer place. Next question, why did Swami put his hand out? Swami put his hand out to feel his granny's presence at its side. But pilamane, granny was there? No, granny was not there, because he was compelled by his father. He was given the challenge by his father to sleep by himself in that office room alone, that too without any lamps also. So children, why did Swami put his hand out? Swami put his hand out to feel his granny's presence at his side. Why did Swami groan in despair? Swami groaned in despair because the frightening dream continued and threatened to continue all his life. Okay, next question. When did Swami become desperate? Swami became desperate when he thought that his end had come. Okay, that time से एकदम से कौन totally was completely terrified that yes, I am just gonna to die. Next question, you please children have a look. what made Swami attack the burglar? Swami thought that the devil would pull him out and tear him to shreds. Shreds means into small pieces. Okay, Swami is thinking, oh my god, this burglar will, that means what? The ghost will come to me and will tear me apart into shreds. So he did not want to attack the devil that night. Next question. This is the last question, children, you please see. How did Swami bit the ankle of the burglar? Swami crawled out from under the bench and hugged the burglar with all his strength and bit his ankle with his teeth as a mortal weapon. That he was screamed, what? Ayo, something has bitten me up. Yes or no? That means Swami had bitten with his teeth that burglar so hard that he was screamed in a lot of pain. Okay, children. So this is the comprehension question that definitely I must say that you please prepare perfectly one by one. You just write it down in your note copy, and I hope that you have understood this part. This is the third part of our hero chapter. So I definitely say you that you please prepare yourself in a very good manner so that the total story will be that you will understand the total story, and it will be easy for you to write down all the question answer whatever will come in your examination. So children, this is enough for today, and definitely in the next class we will meet again, okay, and discuss the last part of the story, the interesting part of that story, your chapter from your English book, that is a hero. Till then, goodbye.